A picture is worth 1,000 words, and nowhere is this more true than in the papers. Just look at the winner of the Illustration of the Year category in Singapore Press Holdings EMND Awards. The awards were held on Tuesday, 23rd February. Winner of the Illustration of the Year award, Lee Hap-King, infographics and design chief of the new paper, tells us how he came up with his winning piece.
It was a story on a boya on the internet, and basically it was about 3.5 hours to Offstone. And usually I use pen and ink or maybe computer, but this time I decided to do something different. And I was staring at my hand and realized that actually it resembled a boya holding a mouse. So I ran down to Popular Bookshop, bought some watercolor paint and came back and painted my hand.
This marks the second time Hap-King has won an award for his creative illustrations, the first being a bird's eye view of Orchard Road in the future. Hap-King says that an artist must have patience as inspiration doesn't come to people who rush through their work.
Oh yeah, I get mental block all the time. You know, that's the time when I go for coffee breaks, and you see an artist loitering around the building. They're not actually loitering; they're actually thinking and walking around, having their coffee. Yeah, you need some time to think, and execution is always not the problem. It's the thinking that's the long process of everything. I'm kind of proud of this work, and I'm glad that they acknowledge that piece of art, and to be proud to say that this is my second Illustration of the Year. Back to back, I won one last year, and happy to be winning one again this year.
The winner of this year's Infographics of the Year category, which was done by the Straits Times senior executive artist Prudential Mel Jr. and executive infographic journalist Lim Yong, also struck a chord with readers with its creative and engaging piece, Scene Stealer, on the Indonesia elections using images related to traditional Indonesian shadow play, Wayang Kulit. The power of the written word cannot be dismissed. Headlines may be short, but they are important for drawing a reader's attention to a story. Coming up with a headline that summarizes the article isn't easy. Adeline Woon, executive sub-editor of the Business Times, clinched the Headline of the Year awards this year, and she reveals she spends hours coming up with some of her headlines.
Well, okay, for BT, most of it is like straight-ahead news, so those headlines are not too difficult. But when it comes to something like this, when you actually have room to play with, then 1 hour. That's a long time, okay? Because the page shot was chasing me. Well, the piece is actually it was really funny, and it was full of acronyms. So I thought the head needed to do justice to the piece. So it should have an acronym. So basically, I just sweated over it for an hour or so.